Welcome to Denim-wrapped Nightmares, Tipsy Exchange podcast, where we explore the Supernatural series, episode by episode.
Over drinks, we'll discuss the lore, the gore, and what we adore about the Winchesters and their adventures.
I'm Burley, and I'm a new fan of the series.
I'm LA, and I'm here along for the ride. Now let's get tipsy.
Hello, LA.
Hey, Burley.
On our last episode, oh wait, we got another review.
Oh.
And it's so good, I can't wait until our next season premiere to share it with you. On Podcast Addict, we got a 4-star review from Rob B. Rob said, funny.
Is that it?
That's it.
I like it.
I thought you would enjoy that one. Just funny. No exclamation point, no emojis, no punctuation of any kind. Just funny with a capital F.
I was going to ask about that capital.
All right. Well, on our last episode titled LARP and the Real Girl, Sam and Dean investigate the mysterious deaths of 2 LARPers who were playing a game entitled Moondor. The guys are thrilled to discover the queen of Moondor is none other than Charlie Bradbury. The 3 learn that a fairy has been commandeered to harm people, and the only way to stop her is to find her master.
I liked it. I liked that episode.
It was so cute. I just remembered we need to look up where there's some LARP near us so that we can go creep on the LARPers. Let's go find us. Let's go get us some man.
Today's episode is titled As Time Goes By, and it is the 12th episode of season 8, and it aired on January 30th, 2013. This one starts out, we're in Normal, Illinois, and it is 1958, which that threw me right away. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, what?
Right. I Googled John Winchester's birthday because I was like, how old was Jeffrey Dean Morgan supposed to be? They wanted him, he was born April 22nd, 1954.
I mean, it's a little off the mark.
I do remember when we were watching, I think it was the season 1 special features. Remember they said that originally it was supposed to be the guy who played Ash. I'm blanking on his name. Ash from Evil Dead.
Oh,
Bruce Campbell. It was originally supposed to be him who played the dad in modern times, and he became unavailable. So they just asked Jeffrey Dean Morgan to just come back and play John in modern times too. So they were originally wanting to cast somebody who was older. So that makes kind of make sense, except for by the time they wrote all this, they knew how old John was, and they still decided on 1958. Right, so John Winchester has excellent genes. Like, he aged well.
Very well.
Very well. Good for you.
We all can.
You would think with his lifestyle that wouldn't have been the case, but apparently he did good. Okay, so 1958. Continue.
Yes, and we're in a little boy's room. There is a man standing next to the little boy's bed. He's sleeping, and he's dressed in a very nice, what are those called?
Suit?
No, the jacket. There's a name for those jackets.
A trench coat?
Yeah, there you go. That's it. A trench coat and a top hat. Not a top hat, but a hat. And
he's a very fancy man if he was standing there.
I mean, he looked pretty fancy to me.
He looked really nice. It was 3-piece, I think. He had a tie pin.
Yep.
It was fitted nicely, too.
Yeah, no, he looked very nice.
Mm-hmm. Sharp.
So it's his dad, and he's leaving apparently in the middle of the night to go work, and staring at his son while he's sleeping, and wakes him up. And then the boy does ask about the pin that's on his tie, and he says that one day he'll tell him all about it, just not tonight because he's got to go to work. So he leaves, and he's walking down like a little city street and goes to this door, and carved in the door is the same symbol that's on his tie button thing.
Yeah.
He goes in, and there's this fabulous lady there, and he says her name is Josie, and he didn't know that it was going to be such a formal affair. She's like kind of straightening him up, getting him ready, and then a guy comes out this door with a hooded robe on, looking very creepy to me.
Right. I was
It's
like,
like, who the
what
fuck is
is
this?
this? She looks like it's prom. He looks
Yeah.
like he's going to a business office. And then this dude comes out in a robe. I was kind of going, what is this?
Yeah, I was like, are they getting married? Like, then the robe guy popped out, and I was like, no, that's not it. What is happening? Anyway, so Josie goes with the creeper in the robe into this room, and the guy sits down, and then all of a sudden he starts hearing like screaming and chanting in Latin coming from behind the door. He busts in, and there's bodies laying about. One guy has blood dripping from his eyeballs, like in his eyeballs, all down his face. And Josie is standing there with her hand around another guy's neck who's chanting in Latin, trying to, ward her off because, surprise, she's a demon.
Yeah. I think he was trying to exorcise her, trying to
He
save
was,
Josie.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But before Josie notices our boy that came in, who we find out his name is Henry, one of the guy with the bloody eyes gives him this box, this little brass looking box with their little symbol on it, and tells him not to let Abaddon get it, no matter what.
Don't let her touch that
And
box.
then that's when
She's got her own box. You tell
That's
her to leave
right.
this box alone. Which Winchester would you want to hand your box to? Henry, John, Sam, or Dean?
Let's say Sam these days.
I'm going to be like Annie and say all of them.
Oh, okay. There you go.
They can all handle my box.
Mm,
Not at the
okay.
same time, I don't think, though.
That'd be a lot.
That'd be a lot, and their family, it'd be weird. They'd have to take turns with my box.
Okay. Well,
They took turns with today's box, too.
they did.
So it's
Yes, they
Henry's
did.
it's Henry's turn with the box.
Yeah. So he takes the box from the guy and he's like, got it right. Don't let Abaddon have it. Obviously, we're like, oh, Josie's Abaddon. That's what's happening here.
And if you didn't know, she went,
Yeah, she did that when she noticed Henry really busting in with the box and interrupting her.
yeah.
So then she slices the guy who was trying to exercise her, slices, or no, she snapped his neck.
Yeah.
Just psh, real quick, one-handed.
She's efficient, our girl.
She is.
Yep.
He runs off and she goes after him. And he went down this hallway that had all these doors. And she's just hand up, busting them. She's not even touching the door, blowing the doors apart or open, not apart. While she's going down the hallway, Henry is in this room getting his lotions and potions for a spell. We see him cut his hand. He's writing in blood the symbol on the door, and he starts chanting. And finally gets to his door and starts doing her thing. And the door starts to light up behind it, like she's going to come through. But instead, he's blasted through a closet door into a motel where Sam and Dean are.
He was who walked by us when we were in the photo op line one time, and we were like, "Who is that? Who's that hot guy?" And
Who is this?
Gil
that you're talking
McKinney?
about?
He plays Henry,
Oh,
the
okay.
actor who plays Henry, and then Alaina Huffman, who's fabulous.
Oh, okay.
I was so jealous of her hair. I love
Yeah.
her hair. Not in the show, but in real life, she's got like big, voluminous, curly hair.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, yeah, they are here.
We got them both.
But oh yeah, so back to the motel room. Sam and Dean are obviously very confused.
Right.
And
I would have been thrilled. Can you imagine that you're just hanging out and that came out of your closet?
I mean, I'd still be a little alarmed, but I'd be like, "Hey,
You'd be like, "Hey,
what's your story?"
I hear you handle boxes."
Oh my God. Well, he immediately asks if one of them is John Winchester, which they both are kind of glance at each other, but they don't answer him right away. They don't tell him. And he's just like very adamant he needs to talk to him. And of course, Dean just has to manhandle him up to the wall to get him to stop talking and tell him what the hell he's doing there, how did he get there, all this. And I thought this was good. Dean goes to grab the handcuffs to handcuff the guy, which it looked like they were handcuffing him to a chair.
Right.
Which I was like, he could just pick that up, guys, and still go. But whatever. Sam's helping him. And so he goes to handcuff Henry, and somehow Henry Houdini
Right.
like handcuffs the two of them to the chair instead and just walks out. It was impressive.
Yeah.
I would almost like to see how that went down. It took me. I just was watching it thinking, what? Whoa!
So he's got magic hands.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to come in handy with our box.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Henry's outside, looks around, and he sees the cars and he sees these things that's not from his time. He goes over to Dean's car and looks at the license plate and realizes that it is 2013, not 1958. Smart on you, Henry. I wouldn't have thought to go look at that.
I wouldn't have either. But did you hear the
Yeah.
joke he made afterwards?
What?
He went 2013. I guess the Mayans were wrong. Ah!
Oh, I did not hear that.
I died laughing. I had to
Oh, that's
pause it
funny.
because I was chuckling so hard.
Yep. See,
I
I miss
like-
things when I have to take my notes.
Yeah, I liked a lot of Henry's dialogue. I enjoyed.
No, I like that. I'm gonna have to go back and see it.
Yeah.
He busts the window out and gets in the car, but of course, Dean's there with the gun on his face.
Because to
And
your
it's like-
point, it was a chair.
right?
Like-
Yeah.
It didn't keep them long.
No. But it's funny they take him back to the room and sit him in the chair,
Mm-hmm.
and they just squirt some holy water real softly on his face, and he's like, it's fine. None of that's gonna work. It's like I'm not a demon. And in the conversation, Dean does reveal that John is actually their father, and he realizes, okay, I didn't find my son, but these are my grandkids. The room starts to kind of like shake and make this crazy noise, and out of the closet door that he came through busts Abaddon Josie. Dean starts to go for her.
Josie took a vacation far away.
What?
Isn't that the lyrics?
For what?
What song am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Did I make it up?
Maybe.
I just want to use your love tonight. It starts with Josie's on a vacation far away.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
You
that
know
seems
I
a
like
little
my
familiar.
girls a little bit older. I just want to use your love
Okay, yeah. Okay.
tonight. You know what this song is about?
Hmm.
It's about a dude saying, I want your box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See? I brought it back around.
Very good.
Relevant.
Where was it? Okay, yeah. So Josie popped in. Dean starts to go for her, but she just blasts him away. Sam, too, that gets them out of her way. And she starts going for Henry, but Dean stabs her from behind with the angel blade. But she just lights up and kind of struggles a bit.
It was the demon knife because we finally got to find out that it was like blessed by ancient Kubar or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So it was the
Okay.
demon blade.
But yeah, so she just drops to her knees and struggles, but she recovers somehow. And just, I like, she was like, that's no way to treat a lady.
Yeah. Right.
And so at that point, when they realize she didn't die, they're out of there.
Yeah.
They just,
Book.
they book it. And I like that, like, no questions asked. Henry just gets in the back seat with them, just like, they're gone.
Yeah.
Josie goes outside, and I guess the guy that was at the front desk is out there, and she blows a little bit of her smoke into his mouth.
Yeah, that was a new trick.
I know. And she's like, "Tell me what you saw." And so then it just flashes to them checking in, checking out, and driving off, and she sees the license plate as well, so she can track them down.
So I guess it's like a little mini possession. Like she can for temporarily possess two vessels at once.
I guess.
Is that like special to what is it? Knights of Hell or whatever? I guess that's special
I
to
guess
them.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a cool little trick. I thought that was nice.
Yeah. So she got her information from him, this innocent man, and then just slits his throat, says she's checking out.
Right?
She's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm checking out. You're dead."
She had to make that joke first.
She's got jokes.
She's got jokes. She's pretty
Josie's
dramatic,
got
our
jokes.
Josie Abaddon.
Yeah. The guys have pulled over, and Henry's puking his guts out. He tells them that Abaddon Josie, is a demon from hell, and that he's actually from 1958. He asks to be taken to John, and he tells the boys that he is John's father. So they go to a diner, and the boys are like up at the counter, mulling it over, like if they trust this guy, like what are they gonna do? What do they think? How do we play this? And so they go back over and talk to Henry. Dean asks why Josie Abaddon didn't die, and he's like, "Well, you would need an ancient knife from the Kurds."
That's what it was.
Kurds,
Yeah.
And so Dean just like opens his jacket and is like, "Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, no shit.
Thanks."
And a demon gave it to me. Like
Yeah.
we've been doing this for a while. Don't you like how sensitive they were about telling him John's dead?
I know. Well, that was like when they were sitting there debating. I'm like, "What? I don't."
These boys need some sensitivity training.
Yeah. And so they're chit-chatting, and Sam says, what about the portal you came from? Is it still open? Dean's like, yeah, maybe we can just shove her back through, just shove her back, get
This
rid
is
of her.
1958's problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all deal with this.
We're good. And Henry tells him that he did the blood sigil. That's what he was doing on the door, and that blood leads to blood or the next of kin, which is why he ended up in their motel room. Henry says in order to do that, he's like, I would need my blood, an angel feather, tears of a dragon, pinch of sands of the time, and then a week for his soul to recover.
Right.
Because apparently he severed his soul to get there. And the boys are shocked by this. And he's asking, what kind, I mean, where are you guys at? What level are you at of knowledge? They tell him that they're hunters. And Henry's not happy about this. He thought that they were men of the letters, like him and like John. And Henry's like, hunters? Hunters? They're apes.
Yeah.
Real nice, Henry. Real nice.
Right.
And he's like, no, you're legacies. I'm a legacy. John's a legacy. You guys are, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay. Sure, guy. And so Henry decides to take them to where this took place in the beginning, with the door with the symbol on it or whatever. It is now a comic book store. And he's like, oh, it's just a cover. It's just a cover. And they go in.
Henry's disappointed.
They went to a comic book store where Old Men of Letters headquarters was. I don't know why I put old men.
Because it's their old headquarters is probably what you meant.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, sure. And he's explaining to them what these letters, I'm sorry, men of the letters are. Of letters, okay.
The men of letters.
Perceptors, I think he said.
We
Beholders.
Write letters. We hold the letters. We made the alphabet.
They chronicle all that man does not
the
understand.
Same as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, because we're men of letters.
Yes.
All of that happened in the comic book store.
Right. So yeah, they chronicle everything that man does not understand, and they only share this knowledge with very elite hunters. The elite.
The elite hunters.
Not the apey ones.
Not you garbage people.
Yeah. God. And Henry then suggests that Abaddon is the cause of there being no men of letters now. She must have done something. It's her fault. Blame the woman, They realize, okay, well, if there were all these other guys in this group, cult, I don't know what it was. They're like, well, let's look up some of their names. Maybe some of them are still alive, even though they looked like they were all dead, except for the bloody-eyed guy. But anyway, Henry starts listing off some names. They get to, I think, Albert Magnus, and he tells them that he was like the father of alchemy, and they gave him an alias or something like that, right?
Yeah, he was like their code name that something else was going on here. I liked it when they were in the comic book store and they were going to Google all these names that Henry was giving them. Whenever he was like, yeah, let me just go ask this girl if I can use her computer. And Henry was like, yeah, right. Like a computer would fit in here.
Yeah.
Or whenever he asked for the walkie-talkie.
Oh my God, I know, yeah.
It was cute.
They go to the cemetery. They're standing there looking at this guy's tombstone, and it has that symbol on it. And Dean asks what it is, and Henry tells them that it's their crest, the Aquarian star, representing great power and magic.
Yeah,
and I think it's originally from Atlantis, they say. And Sam notices that all of these tombstones around here have the crest on it, except for this one with the name Larry Ganman on it. Henry takes a look at it and says that it's the Haitian symbol for speaking to the dead. And he says, this is the symbol. This is why they brought me here. This is it. And have you guys ever exhumed a body? Which they're like, duh. Yeah, lots.
Here's my question. Whose body was in Albert Magnus's grave?
Or was there even a body in it?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. They get to getting in the grave. Josie Abaddon shows up at the comic book store. And she does her little smoke show me what you saw number on the lady that was working at the store. So she sees that they were looking up the names, that they're the cemetery, all that. So she knows where they are now. The poor girl is like, please don't hurt me. And she's wearing a shirt that says the devil made me do it, which Josie Abaddon takes a liking to.
She's like, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna murder you and steal your outfit.
Poor girl.
Poor girl.
Anyway,
I
I was
liked
really
that
hoping she'd just take her clothes and leave her.
right? I thought that was going to happen too, but then later on, whenever they're reading the news about the comic book store, it said that there was a death, and I was like, "Oh
Yeah,
man,
I
she didn't just
know.
take her clothes." I liked
Well,
it
come
whenever
on.
she was doing the "Show me what you see." That one of her very distinct memories was when Dean was checking her out. I was like,
Oh, I didn't even notice that
"Yeah!"
either.
Like when they're at the comic book store, whenever Sam's on the computer and Henry's looking over it, like fascinated because
Oh,
internet.
yes. Okay, no, no,
Dean's
no.
like
Yes,
leaned
yes,
on the
yes.
counter, like checking her out, kind of looking her up and down, smirking at her. And I liked whenever Abaddon did her thing. It was like that was a very clear memory. That was. It's like I get
That's
it.
funny.
I get it, girl.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, back to the boys. They've opened the casket, and Dean says, so was Larry a World War I vet? Henry says no. So Sam sees that there's it's not like a dog tag, but it's something that, like a little something, circular thing that has the name of Captain Thomas J. Carey, I think third or something like that.
Was it a medal or like a watch? Maybe.
Something. It was a round metal something.
I thought it was a watch, like like a pocket watch kind of thing. I thought it was
Oh,
that,
yeah.
but now that I'm thinking, I'm like maybe it was a medal though because he served and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
who knows?
probably. Henry says that, the name means nothing to him, but Sam says maybe Larry was using this guy's identity. And that's the whole reason they brought them here to figure this out, to go find, you know. Back at the hotel, they're kind of going over some things, I think research, and then Henry's whistling the tune as time goes by. I think Dean asks him what it was, and he tells them, and Sam says that Dad used to whistle it too. They talked about like movies and stuff he did with John when he was young. And Dean tells them that he found Thomas and that he lives in Kansas and he is 127 years old. As they're sitting there chatting, Sam finds that in his dad's journal that he once killed a demon that said he made his bones working for Abaddon and that Abaddon was a knight of hell. And Henry tells them that knights of hell are handpicked by Lucifer himself. They're the first fallen, firstborn demons. Sam says, okay, so very pure, very strong. And Henry mentions that the legend said that an archangel killed them all, but Dean says, maybe she's just the last of her kind that, kind of slipped through. One of them mentioned, asked him if he journaled the way that their dad did, and he said he had just sent off for one before his initiation that night. And then he realizes that he like turns a page in the journal and it has his initials on it, not John's. So this is actually the journal that Henry was supposed to get.
That thing held up too. That
Yeah.
leather looked really nice, not scratched and worn or anything.
And seeing this and everything, Henry realizes that he probably doesn't make it out of this. They tell him now that John never saw him again after that night. He just thought that he left him. And Dean starts telling him about his upbringing and it was rough and he just kept going only to, get married and then his wife get killed by a demon, but all the good he did. And Henry says he wishes he could have been there for him. And Dean's just, oh, it's a little late for that. And Henry says it's the price, that you pay for great responsibility. And Dean says, no, your family was your responsibility. And Henry said he had no choice. No choice because he was a legacy. And Dean tells him to keep telling himself that. And then he leaves.
Storms out.
And then Sam follows shortly after. So while they're gone and then they come back and they're asleep, Henry is studying the journal. And when the boys wake up in the morning, Henry is gone, but he left a note that he's just gonna fix everything. No
Yep.
big deal.
No worries.
Yeah.
I got this,
Just
guys.
sleep in, boys. And Henry goes to this shop that he sees. I forgot what it said out front.
It was like just symbols.
It says, "This is my shop. They got my shit."
Yep.
He goes in and he starts asking for like the tears of the dragon and the pinch of the salt of sands of time
Yeah.
or whatever.
She's like, get
And
out of here. We don't
the
have your
lady's like,
shit.
no, we don't sell that. And he's like,
Mm-mm.
bullshit. I'm calling
Yeah.
you bullshit, lady.
Yeah.
He's not having it. And she pulls out a gun underneath the counter on him. He's like, okay, well, fine. If you're not going to sell me what I need, let me buy some fine chamomile
Yeah.
tea. And so she goes to put the gun down and get at the stuff for him. And he picks up a spoonful of some sort of powder that's sitting on the counter, chants something in Latin, I'm assuming, really quick, and blows it in her face. And she drops to the floor asleep.
Hang on, she goes, before she
Oh, I
falls.
didn't notice that.
I did. I did. So I was like, yeah,
He
Henry
just
Winchester.
really blew her
Yeah.
that well.
Well,
Blew her away.
we know he takes good care of boxes, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he blew and she
Delicate.
and then she was out.
Orgasm nap. That sounds good.
Right?
I'll take one of those.
Hey, Henry, my closet door is open anytime.
Back at the motel, Dean has found that Henry took an angel feather from the trunk with him, so they know he's gonna go try and get back to the portal and fix it somehow. In his mind, he thinks he's gonna fix it.
Hang on. Speaking of an angel feather, why did they never call for Cass to come help them out in this Knights of Hell situation?
Yeah, I don't know because
Or when their grandpa was dying.
Yeah, true. I fell asleep while I was watching this episode. Not that it's not good. I was just very tired. I had just eaten a lot of pasta. I was very tired, and it just happened. But I'm not kidding you. While I was like half asleep and it was running in the background, I swear I heard Cass at one point. I was like, "Oh, he shows up." Like in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, Cass is in this one."
Yay, Cass!
But then when I woke up and watched the rest, I was like, "Nope, I don't know what that was."
It was the shopkeeper going,
Oh, Cass.
now.
No.
I got to get me some of that powder that he blew in her face.
Are you kidding me?
What was it?
I have the worst sleep. I can't imagine my head hitting the pillow and just being straight asleep. What a dream.
And I'm telling you, she moaned before, like before you hear her hit the ground. She goes,
Man, yeah, we need some of that.
I need that powder.
For more reasons than one, you know?
Right? Back to boxes. Back to the journey of the box.
Yes. Well, Sam hears on his CB radio for some reason or something like that there's a fatality at the comic book shop. Unfortunately, Josie Abaddon did kill that poor girl and took her clothes.
Took her clothes. Killed her and left her naked.
Yeah, rude.
Rude.
Dean says, like, okay, well, there's got to be some sort of shop around here that sells this stuff that he needs, and that's where he probably went. I'm going to go do that. You go find Larry, Thomas, whatever the fuck.
Thomas Larry, who nobody believes is 127 years old.
I mean, I would be
How did he make this
do you think I'm an
deception
idiot?
last so long?
Sam is sitting down with Larry, Thomas, whatever. Larry tells him that Abaddon was just a hired gun and that she killed them all that night. She blinded Larry, so now we know Larry was the guy with the blood dripping down his eyes that gave the box to Henry. She didn't get what she came for, though. Sorry.
Nope, she didn't get that box.
And Sam's like, "Oh, she came for that box."
Mm-hmm.
Sam asks, "What's in the box?"
What's in that box?
What was it in the? What is it?
7.
7, yeah. What's in the box? What's in the box? Larry Thomas, whoever, says that the box has a key to every object, scroll, spell ever collected for thousands of years, all under one roof. And it's basically the supernatural mother lode.
Yeah.
Mic drop for Larry Thomas there, because, like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Big deal. And we just pop on over. Dean's at the shop, and he finds Henry in the midst of already doing his sigil spell. Well, Dean interrupts him, and Henry's upset after reading John's journal. He's so hurt after reading it, and he wants to go back and be able to be there for him, and he's upset. You know, he let him down just like Dean said he did. Dean's asking, you know, how do you think this is going to happen? What are you going to do? And Henry tells him he's going to go back an hour before she came and attacked everybody and make preparations to take her out. Don't not let it happen. And Dean says, you know, what, maybe it's meant to be like, it's supposed to be this way. Cause you know, like, even though we're just like these hunters, we stopped the apocalypse, bro.
Yeah.
You know, big deal.
You might make it so we don't exist.
Yeah.
And then Henry's like, don't worry about not existing. Cause I'm going to make sure the apocalypse never happens.
Right. He's like, no, duh. Even if I do this, no apocalypse is going to happen, dude. Like,
it's okay.
You don't exist either. It's fine.
You don't need to exist.
Yeah. A real nice grandfather.
Right? Thanks, Grandpa.
So it cuts back to Larry, Thomas, and Sam. It sounds like three guys, but
But
it's
it's
not.
not.
And he gives Sam coordinates and tells him to go here and throw the key away. It's warded against any evil possible, and it's the safest place on earth, and I want to go there.
Right? Let's go. Well, I think they're going. Isn't that what they say at the end of the episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I mean like me personally. I'd
Oh,
just
okay,
like to
yeah.
go and feel very safe.
But I want to take some of that powder from that store with me
Right.
to
Could you imagine how restfully you'd sleep in
I
the
sleep
safest
so
place on
good.
earth?
my box would be
Ugh.
happy.
Come on.
Oh,
Anyway,
goodness.
well, then it turns out Larry Thomas's wife, sweet little lady, tells Sam he's being rude, that he's trying to take off without finishing her tea she made him.
Yeah.
And her eyes go black, and I like her punch is like just a backhanded punch straight to his face, but like up,
Yeah.
like the back of her fist. It was good. I was like, I guess that's believable for a
Yeah.
little lady to do that.
Little possessed demon lady. Yeah.
So yeah, she knocks him out and then goes over to poor Larry Thomas
Yep.
and cuts his throat.
Are we
Lots of-
counting? Are we counting that as a blood splooge? It was very minimal. It was like a little.
Eh,
It was like
I feel
somebody
like that's more of a
sneezed.
trickle.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
a blood sneeze.
Squirt.
Yeah. Okay, we're not going to
Yeah.
count it. All right.
Yeah, lots of throats cutting in this. We don't not necessary.
Hey, she's consistent.
Trademark.
Our
It's a
Josie
trademark.
Abaddon. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so then we see Josie Abaddon, and she's in the clerk's clothes. She looks great,
She switched back to her other body. She was like,
Right.
I'm going back to the hot redhead
for sure.
in my new outfit, my new
Yeah.
threads.
She looks good.
Yeah.
And she says, "Hey, guess what? I got your brother, and let's have a trade. Henry and the key for Sam, or Sam dies." Not much option there. So
Yeah.
she tells him where to meet. Then we're back at the shop, and Henry has blown Dean off in this argument and starts doing his little chant again with the sigil. And Dean's like, "Nope, nope,"
Nope.
and just chokes, like does like a chokehold on him and chokes him out.
Well, I mean, Sammy's life is on the line.
I
Abaddon made
know.
him make a choice. I don't think anybody doubted what he was going to do.
True.
But yeah, I was not expecting the chokehold.
Yeah, no, I thought it maybe just,
Knock him out. Yeah.
yeah. But man, okay. So when Henry comes to in the car, Dean starts to tell Henry about how, he couldn't save his dad, and at the one time like he needed him to, how that made him feel and all this, and he just never wants to put Sam in that position, and that's, why they're doing this. They go to the plant, the abandoned plant or whatever. So they do the little trade-off. They both walk past each other. Sam's like, "Sorry, Henry, I'm so sorry about this." Josie's like, "Okay, well, this is all I wanted. You guys can go. We're good here." So they start to leave, but nope, just kidding. Josie Abaddon magically shuts the door on them and is like, "Oh no, I changed my mind."
I lied.
Yeah. And
she's
like,
so entertained with herself.
I mean, good for her.
Good for her.
She doesn't even punch through Henry's gut. It's like she just shoves her hand into his gut.
Yeah.
Straight forward, fingers out.
I wonder how they did that. I mean, I'm sure it's similar to what they did with the Castiel thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a pretty full body shot of Henry Winchester. So that was pretty interesting. I would be curious. I want to see, because it looked practical.
Yeah.
So I want to see the behind the scenes of that.
So she pulls her bloody hand out of his gut, and he grabs the gun and shoots her underneath her chin.
I was not expecting that. I was not
Neither.
expecting Henry to have his guts rearranged in the bad way, or for him to do that. I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Which in my mind, I was like, well, that's dumb. That's not going to do anything to her. But we
Right.
learn
Flashback.
that there's a flashback to when Henry and Dean were in the car and they're making this plan. And Dean asks Henry if he can slow down Josie Abaddon. And that if he can do that, Dean will do the rest. And so when he shot her under the chin, she starts to go for, I think, one of them again, but she can't. She's stuck. And she's getting very frustrated. Why am I stuck?
She does her
And-
scream.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's when she does the scream, which I was like, okay, it's a bit much. But then it's another flashback to Henry, who had carved a devil's trap into the top of the bullet that
Yeah.
he used to shoot her. Clever,
That was really
clever,
cool.
clever.
That was cool.
So she's like, well, okay, clever, but you didn't kill me. That's when Dean just comes up behind her and beheads her.
Right? That head just
Yeah.
laying on the floor. I was just like, model,
Yep.
snapshot.
And he's like, I was gonna say bite you into we're gonna cut you into tiny pieces. Never let you be again.
Chop her up.
Yeah.
How's your head, LA?
Good.
You're supposed to say never had any complaints.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I thought you were asking me, I thought you were again asking me about my headache the other day.
Oh,
I
okay.
was like, we already talked about this. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, where are we? Oh, her head. Okay. Henry, bleeding out, apologizes for judging them for being hunters, especially since they're Winchesters. Because if a Winchester's around, that means there's hope. How lovely is that?
Oh. And then
And that
rather
he
than
didn't.
calling their angel friend to come heal him, they just watch him die.
Yeah. Maybe Cass is just real busy. I don't know.
He's in
Or
heaven.
maybe he was up reporting to what's her name
Yeah,
and
he's
they
up there
couldn't
with
reach him.
Naomi getting his
Yeah.
dentist appointment taken care of.
But it was very sweet. He said that Henry said he didn't get to know John as an adult or see him grow up, but that he's very proud of the boys that he raised. And then he dies and they bury him. As they're standing at the grave, Sam mentions that he gets now what Cupid meant way before about busting their balls to get the parents together so the boys would be born, and that the Winchesters and the Campbells are like the brain and the brawn. And Dean says he just sees a whole lot of dead from their family tree. That's all he says. So he's
Yeah.
like, good for you that you could see it that way, but no. He mentions he did find this picture of Henry and little John in Henry's wallet that apparently he kept with him all the time. And he did love his boy. Dean says, well, what are the chances of that safe place Larry Thomas mentioned even still being around, still being there? And Sam says, it's a chance they've got to take. Their legacies after all.
Yeah. It's their birthright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we shall see the safe spot next episode.
I
'Cause
hope
that's it.
so.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. All right. It was written by Adam Glass, who did season 6, 2.5 Men, All Dogs Go to Heaven, Like a Virgin, and Mommy Dearest. He also wrote season 7's Defending Your Life, Adventures in Babysitting, and Party on Garth. Oh, shit. It was directed by Serge Ladesseur.
Oh.
He's usually the director of photography, and this is the first episode where he was directing instead of working as DP.
Good for him.
Nice.
I wonder if he did both. I bet he did both.
That
Double
would be
duty.
a lot of work, wouldn't it? I think he probably had somebody else at least help him with the DP stuff.
Yeah.
I would think. There wasn't a whole lot of gore. I mean, I would say the goriest thing was like the bleeding eyes.
Yeah.
And
Henry's
Henry.
throat, or not Henry, Larry's throat slit.
Yeah, but we
Even that was
barely
just a
saw that.
little.
It was just a little
Yeah.
bit. I mean, the Henry thing I would say was a little bit more gory than that.
Oh, his stomach.
I was when she reached in and pulled her hand out, I thought she was going to have guts. And so I'm happy that that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It would have been cool, but I didn't want to see that. I didn't want Henry to have that happen to him.
Mhm.
I liked Henry.
Yeah.
So yeah, not a particularly gory episode considering the kill count was what, like 5 people?
Yeah.
Did you adore anything about this episode?
Well, I mean, I think we both say Henry.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I liked Henry.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good casting too. Like he certainly isn't as rugged as Jeffrey Dean Morgan, but I think that was probably by design.
Right.
I mean, just feature wise, I could see them potentially being related.
Mm-hmm.
I liked a lot of the Henry dialogue. I liked it when they were at the cemetery and he was like, "Can you exhume the bodies?" And then once they like looked in and were like, "Okay, this is the identity of this person. We should probably look up this person." And he was like, "Great, clean this up," and like would just walk away. I liked quite a bit of Henry's dialogue. I got a kick out of Henry. I liked Josie Abaddon too.
Me too. She was pretty fab.
Pretty fabulous.
Straight from the beginning when she came in, like in her prom looking getup.
Mm-hmm.
She was fabulous.
Yeah, loved her, and I loved that the menacing delight that she kind of, like I said, the scream, I felt like that was done one too many times. Like, give it to me once. Right there at the end is whenever it made the most sense, in my opinion, because she was pissed. Whenever it happened at the beginning, I was just like, why did you just have her look at him and scream? But that's okay. We won't hold it against her. So yeah, I thought it was cute. I thought it was cute. And I'm excited to find out what this place is going to be. And like, is that going to have the resources that they need for the demon tablet to go help Kevin? Or is like the angel tablet going to be in this place? Because the tablets are still our overarching thing, right?
Right.
Or is that done for?
No, because we're not done with Kevin.
Yeah, we're not done with Kevin. We don't have an answer for the tablets yet, but they're still hoping to close the gates of hell. We know the angel tablet exists, but no one has it, and there's still this Naomi character.
Right.
So we've still got quite a bit to do. Well, on to the lore. I was thinking about covering secret societies, but then I remembered we covered the Illuminati and Freemasons over on Tipsy Exchange, and both of us were kind of disappointed. It wasn't as exciting and thrilling as we thought it was going to be. So I was like, okay, we won't revisit that. So then I thought, okay, well, we'll do time travel, because we tried to cover that over on Tipsy Exchange, and it was a shit show because we tried to get way too scientific, and we're trying to look at it through the lens of Doctor Who and the movie Tenet and all that other kind of stuff. So I was like, well, let's revisit that. And so I found an article that was like NASA Kids. So it was like a time travel article for kids so that they could understand time travel.
Okay.
But I didn't think it was very funny. So I've gone to something more specific from astronomy.com. We're going to talk about what are wormholes. An astrophysicist explains these shortcuts through space and time. Because I think that's what Henry created, was a wormhole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Would you agree with that? Okay.
Yeah.
Imagine two towns on two opposite sides of a mountain. People from these towns would probably have to travel all the way around the mountain to visit one another. But if they wanted to get there faster, they could dig a tunnel straight through the mountain to create a shortcut. That's the idea behind a wormhole. A wormhole is like a tunnel between two distant points in our universe that cuts the travel time from one point to the other. Instead of traveling for many millions of years from one galaxy to another, under the right conditions, one could theoretically use a wormhole to cut the travel time down to hours or minutes. Because wormholes represent shortcuts through space-time, they could even act like time machines. You might emerge from one end of a wormhole at an earlier time than when you entered its other end. Or a later time, far later time, like Henry. While scientists have no evidence that wormholes actually exist in our world, they're good tools to help astrophysicists think about space and time. They may also answer age-old questions about what the universe looks like. While researchers have never found a wormhole in our universe, scientists often see wormholes described in the solutions to important physics equations. Most prominently, the solutions to the equations behind Einstein's theory of space-time and general relativity include wormholes. This theory describes the shape of the universe and how stars, planets, and other objects move throughout it. Because Einstein's theory has been tested many, many times and found to be correct every time, some scientists do expect wormholes to exist somewhere out in our universe. But other scientists think wormholes can't possibly exist because they would be too unstable. I think they actually are thinking that theoretically wormholes exist, but they just collapse in on themselves so quickly that somebody wouldn't be able to go through them. And plus, that they're super small is the other thing that I've heard. The constant pull of gravity affects every object in the universe, including Earth. So gravity would have an effect on wormholes too. The scientists who are skeptical about wormholes believe that after a short time, that's right, it's literally right here in the paragraph. The middle of the wormhole would collapse under its own gravity unless it had some force pushing outward from inside the wormhole to counteract that force. The most likely way it would do that is using what's called negative energies, which would oppose gravity and stabilize the wormhole. But as far as scientists know, negative energies can be created only in amounts much too small to counteract a wormhole's own gravity. It's possible that the Big Bang created teeny tiny wormholes with small amounts of negative energies way back at the beginning of the universe, and over time, these wormholes have stretched out as the universe has expanded. Is your wormhole stretched out, LA?
Nope.
Nope. You keep that tight? You take care of your wormhole?
Mm-hmm.
So, while wormholes are interesting objects to think about, they still aren't accepted in mainstream science. That doesn't mean they're not real. Black holes, which astrophysicists know abound in our universe, weren't accepted when scientists first suggested they existed back in the 1910s.
When you were talking about the wormholes, I kept thinking about black holes. Like they kind of seem somewhat similar.
I don't think black holes cut through space-time, though, do they? Do we know?
No, I don't think so.
Einstein first formulated his famous field equation in 1915, and German scientist Karl Schwarzschild found a way to mathematically describe black holes after only 1 year. However, this description was so peculiar that the leading scientists of that era refused to believe that black holes could actually exist in nature. It took people 50 years to start taking black holes seriously. The term black hole wasn't even coined until 1967. The same could happen with wormholes. It may take scientists a little while to come up with a consensus about whether or not they can exist. But if they do find strong evidence pointing to the existence of wormholes, which they may be able to do by looking at odd movements in star orbits, the discovery will shape how scientists see and understand the universe. They just need to go talk to Henry Winchester.
I guess so.
Get an angel feather and eye of newt and what is it? Tears of sand.
Pinch of sand of time.
Yeah. Duh, scientists. Anyway, that's what I have for lore.
Okay. Quote to close it out. After Henry crashed through the closet,
Henry Winchester said, "One of you must know John Winchester."
And Sam Winchester says, "Tell you what, when one of us falls out of your closet, then you can ask the questions."
Right? Cheers to boxes. Cheers to our
Cheers.
box.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Thank you for listening to Denim-wrapped Nightmares.
Follow us on Twitter or Instagram, leave a review, and let us know how we can get involved in the fandom.
This was fun, jerk.
It always is, bitch.